is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Whoa. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel. And welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education Ital. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with you this morning, and we're so excited. It's for some persons it's Love Day. For all of us it should be Love Day in different regards. So we'll spend a minute later on talking about that. However, we have a few activities coming up that we want to share with you so that you are aware, that you have them marked on your calendar, you save the dates, and that you are ready and raring to go. Last week we had our first school level sports meet. The Gingerland Secondary School hosted their sports meet, and we want to say congratulations to all athletes who did extremely well during that meet. We say commendations to the class champions as well, but first of all, I guess we should say congratulations to the top performing house, Blue House, and then of course to the class champions for the various levels. At the class 3 level, that's the youngest set of girls, Demaya Largi and she was able to gain 29 points, and she was of Red House. Cameron Frobs, class 3 boys, Dylan Elliott of Red House, 31 points. Class 2 girls, Lemaya Charles, 35 points of Blue House. Class 2 boys, Cameron Fobbs of Red House, 37 points. Class 1 boys, Jaden Hendrickson, Red House, 43 points. And Class 1 girls, Kylie Prentice, 35 points of Greenhouse. So congratulations to you students. And then the top boy was Jaden Hendrickson, getting the Victor Ladorum, and the top girls, because there was a tie, Kylie Prentice and Lemaya Charles, and they were able to cop the Victrix Ladorum award. So commendations to you, and also special commendations to Jaden Hendrickson, who was able to qualify through that meet for the 400 meter event, for the under 20 400 meters for Carifta. Of course, the meets, the high school meets, are also Carifta qualifiers based on the fact that we have the equipment in place to allow our students to compete for the Carifta trials, to ensure that they can at least qualify and get through to the next round. So congratulations. And of course, Jaden had already qualified for the under 20 males 400 meter hurdles prior to that. So this is the second event that he has qualified for. So commendations on that. And as I said, it was a very successful event, and we say congratulations to all of the stakeholders, all of the persons who contributed to ensuring the success of the event. All right, so we also know that we have a very busy week ahead, and on Monday we are looking forward to the St. Thomas's Primary School's cross-country event at 9 a.m. VOJN will have a Science and Math Expo. There will be on Tuesday the Tourism Quiz. This is hosted by the Ministry of Tourism at 9 a.m. That's an inter-primary schools quiz. And CBIS will have their cross-country on Tuesday as well. On Wednesday, Joycelyn Liebert and Maud Cross will have their Black History Month concert at 9 a.m. And Charlestown Primary School will have their sports meet at 12 noon at the Nevis Athletic Stadium. Then we will have an early dismissal on Wednesday for school-managed professional development sessions. On Thursday, Ivor Walters will host their Black History concert / Heritage Wear Day, and VOJN will have their cross-country event at 9 a.m. EPPS will have their sports day at the Flats at 12 noon. On Friday, Ivor Walters and JLPS will host their walkathon, and Mudcross Prep will have their road relay, Black History activities and concerts for Violet O. Jeffers Nichols, CBIS, Nevis Academy, and St. John's Preschool. And then CSS will have their sports day at 12 noon. That's this coming Friday. And then on Saturday, the Department of Education will host the combined schools Black History concert at NEPAC at 6 p.m. So as you can tell, the week promises to be a very, very, very busy, very interactive one, and we hope that you go on out and support the various schools in their activities, their sports meets, and all other activities which will be hosted, their Black History Month concerts as well. We encourage you to go on out and support them during the course of next week. In the following week, Nevis Academy will host their sports meet on the 24th of February at 12 noon. The 25th, the day after, Ivor Walters Primary will host their sports meet at 12 noon, and the Joycelyn Library will have theirs on the 26th at 12 noon. All of those meets will be at the Nevis Athletic Stadium. Then Mudcross Prep will have their meet on March 3rd at the Nevis Athletic Stadium. St. Thomas's Primary March 4th, Cicely Brown Integrated March 5th, and Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary will have their meet at their school's field at 12:30, and Gingerland Preschool at the Hard Times Field at 12:30. Both of those are happening on March 6th. On March 7th and 8th, we will see the Bank of Nevis Limited Nevis High Schools Championship, and that will take place at the Nevis Athletic Stadium at 12 noon. So that is taking us into mid-March. We are seeing St. James Primary will have their meet on the 10th of March at their school's field at 1 p.m. VNJ's Preschool, ETW Park, March 10th. March 11th, Naomi's Preschool at the St. Thomas's School Field. March 12th, Montessori Academy will have their meet at the Nevis Athletic Stadium at 10 a.m. March 13th, Ines France Preschool, St. Thomas's School Field at 12:30. March 13th as well, NISS will host their meet at the Flats from 12 noon. March 16th, Vern and Lou Preschool, the school's grounds at 1 p.m. March 17th, Mudcross Preschool, ETW Park at 1 p.m. March 19th, Combermere Preschool at VOJN Field at 1:30 p.m. March 20th, St. John's Pre, Bath Field at 1 p.m. And then March 24th, Charlestown Pre, Bath Field at 1 p.m. And we culminate the season with the Nevis Inter-Primary Schools Championship on April 1st at the Nevis Athletic Stadium at 12:30 p.m. So, as I said, the season promises to continue to be exciting, to be electrifying, and we thank all of those persons who went out to support the various teams, the various students last week, and we encourage you to continue to show your support in the various endeavors as we go into week 2 of our track and field season, our school level sports meets, as well as our inter-school, combined school Black History Month concert, which is happening next Saturday at 6 p.m. All right, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
Sugar City St. Kitts, keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go, let's go. go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. Of course, this is February 14th, and all over the place there's a buzz in the air. Actually, buzz started yesterday for our students. They had their various Valentine's Day celebrations at their schools, and I know that they enjoyed that because that's when they get a whole lot of candy in their system, and they enjoy that as well. Children never turn down candy, and we want to ask you to exercise caution, parents, that you monitor just how much candy they are taking in, they are consuming during this time as well. We also want to remind all of our listeners and viewers that they can reach out to the Ministry of Human Resources there at the Pennies Industrial Estate for the various scholarship opportunities which are currently available to them. There are several currently open, and so we want to remind you to reach out to the Ministry of Human Resources. Contact Miss Bifat, Miss Griffin, Mrs. Liebert, or Mrs. Murray Gill, and they will be more than happy to help you. There are currently, as I said, quite a few open. The OAS scholarship that's currently open until the 3rd of March 2026, and I think that one has many benefits. The Monroe Scholarship is also open until March 31st. The UVI Scholarship is all open until March 31st. The Taiwan MOFA Scholarship is open until February 27th, and I think that the NIA Financial Assistance is also open. That one closes out, I think, in early March. So please make sure that you access that scholarship as well. So there are, as I said, several currently open, and it is in your best interest, students. So the NIA scholarship closes out on March 31st. March 31st, 2026. For information on any of these scholarships, for guidance, for assistance, for support, reach out to the Ministry of Human Resources. And I always take the time out to say, when I'm speaking of scholarships, that it is much easier for you to navigate the tertiary education space when you don't have to pay a lot of money. And so scholarships are important, and I know that some of them may take you a little further out than you intended, but when you are able to save that type of money, I think that it is very much beneficial to you. I know it is, because when you're finished, you can start the next leg of your journey without having those financial implications over your head, because it's like having almost a mortgage type situation when you're finished if you have to take a loan for it, depending on whether you decide to go or do it online. The financial implications are great. I'm speaking from experience, and so I always encourage our young people to access the scholarship opportunities. Don't let the deadlines pass. You can apply to various schools, determine which school you want, which program you want, and then you can access the scholarship opportunity based on your choice and your area of interest. What we do not need for you, young people, is for you to not access these scholarship opportunities, and then you are worried about the financial implications when you're done, because they are very, very great. All right, so we also know that there are several other activities happening within our ministry. And before I go much further, I want to encourage you to also join the Nevis Public Library as they host a very interesting activity. It's called Book a Time for Valentine's, and we know we're talking about Valentine's and the Valentine's celebration. The Nevis Public Library is open today till 1 p.m. and for the rest of the month, visit the Nevis Public Library for the rest of the month and join the reading fun. It's called Book a Time for Valentine's. What does that look like? Well, you go on in, there are books available for you to choose from. You sit, you read one of the books from the Valentine's Reading Corner. You create a hat sticker about the book that you've read. You include the title of the book, the name of the author. You answer a mystery question correctly, and then you qualify for the lucky dip. Parents, that sounds like a lot of excitement. So let's go again. Book a time for Valentine's at the Nevis Public Library. You sit and read at the Valentine's Reading Corner. You create a hat sticker about each book that you've read. You include the title of the book, you include the name of the author, and you answer a mystery question correctly. And then you qualify for a lucky dip, and within the lucky dip you can get various prizes. Parents, I just hear win, 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 win. You get some book time, you get some excitement, you get create a love for books and for reading and for being in the library space, and you get the mystery of answering a mystery question. And I think that is something that children would find exciting, and ultimately they get the chance to enter into a lucky dip. So I see, as I said, it's a win, 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 all wins all around. And so we encourage you to go on out to visit the Nevis Public Library and enjoy the experience. I know it will be worth the visit. It will be worth your while as you book a time for Valentine's. If you need more information, contact the Nevis Public Library at 469-5521 extension 6868 or 6862. You can also email at central.library@niagov.kn.com. So they're looking out, they're listening out, they're all alert. The team at the library, they're there today, as I said, and throughout the course of the week. Parents, you can take them immediately after school because the library closes at 5, or they can go on a Saturday. There's no limit to the time that you can go as long as the library is open, and so you have various opportunities. I know that children have several activities that they generally participate in, but we want to encourage you to just go on out and really give the students that chance, your children that chance to book a time for Valentine's, and most importantly, that they can get the chance to engage in a fun way with reading and with books. Before I transition to the next component, which will be our Valentine's focused part of the show this morning, I want to remind you and to encourage you to volunteer, where volunteers are needed for the upcoming inter-school activities, the interscholastic sporting activities. If you want to embrace the spirit of volunteerism, if you are a track and field enthusiast, and it doesn't have to be either or, because you might not be a track and field enthusiast as yet, but you want to participate in a volunteer activity, we have an opportunity for you, and it is an opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the success of track and field here on Nevis during this season. And so we're calling all interested persons to register to serve as volunteers for the Nevis Inter-High and Inter-Primary Schools track and field events. And there is a flyer that has been in circulation. It has a scannable barcode. There's also a link for persons to just register to indicate their interest. And I cannot speak to the importance of volunteerism enough as well. I know that we generally enjoy getting dressed and just sitting and enjoying the sports from the spectator end, but we want to encourage you to join in and help us on the other end, which is the volunteer component. Volunteers for these meets are very important persons, if not right alongside the athletes right there. They ensure that the meet happens. They ensure the flow of the meet. They ensure the proper execution behind the scenes, and it would not, our meets would not be possible without our volunteers. I can guarantee that. And so we want you to indicate your interest early, and because there are several training components and meetings and other activities that have to take place. So kindly indicate your interest to the Ministry of Education et al. And you can reach out and get more information if you need to, or you can just go on the Department of Sports or the Department of Education's Facebook pages, I think on the Department of Youth as well, on any of those Facebook pages to access the document, the QR code, or the flyer with the link, so that you can indicate your interest. For those who are thinking about, I spoke a few minutes before about the college experience. For those who are thinking about the college experience, for those who are at the cusp of the work life experience, these activities, these volunteer activities also help to shape you and to make you more attractive to the prospective employers. They are looking for young people who are willing to participate, who are willing to support, who are willing to lead and to volunteer and to show their selflessness. So it's not just about your academic achievements, listeners, young men and women. It's not just about your academic achievements. Volunteering for activities such as these will help you to grow and to be more attractive to your prospective employers. As we speak about prospective employment, we're also reminding various persons within the business community of the Summer Job Attachment Program, and we are looking for persons to partner with us, for institutions, entities to partner with us for the program, the 2026 edition of the Summer Job Attachment Program. The deadline for indicating interest is March 27th. The internship period for this year goes from July 6th to 31st, 2026. And so we want you to sign up and indicate your interest very, very early. We also remind all of the Department of Youth Empowerment St. Kitts 25 Most Remarkable Teens nominations are currently open and will run until April 30th. The nominees must be no younger than 13 years old by the end of the nomination year. Nominees must be no older than 19 years old by the end of the nomination year. Nominees must complete and submit a report on a volunteer project in order to be considered for the interview, and all reports must be submitted by May 15th. Nominees must demonstrate capacity in their nominated category and have a proven record of remarkable character, contributions to society, and or accomplishments. Successful nominees are required to fully participate in a 12-month capacity building and community service program, and successful nominees are required to attend all of the capacity building workshops which are part of the program. So you know that ahead of time. Successful nominees and their parents or guardians are required to sign a confidentiality agreement, and no mention of success is to be discussed prior to the award ceremony. Nomination forms are available at all secondary schools in the Federation, as well as the Department of Youth on Cairn Street, St. Kitts, and the Department of Youth here on Nevis. So those are some of the opportunities which are available for our young people, remarkable teens, hosted by the Department of Youth Empowerment on St. Kitts. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past this quickly, you don't friends, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. This storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning to our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel. And welcome to this edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Ministry of Education Natal. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you today. And of course, we're going to kind of transition into a different segment because today is Valentine's Day. And so we're going to have what we call the Love Loud segment of the show, where we're celebrating friendship, we're celebrating kindness, we're celebrating family and big heart energy. And so if you are on your way somewhere, probably in a car, you can wave at someone, say good morning, say hello. If you're at home, give someone at home a high five or a hug. And if you're in your room, you can just shout Happy Valentine's Day, and as loud as you can, because we're setting the tone and the energy for Valentine's Day. Now, today's show is all about being kind, being brave, being thankful, and loving who you are, boys and girls, because that's the biggest part of it. We don't want you to focus on all of the commercial parts of Valentine's Day, but we want you to also remember to love yourself, to love you for who you are. So the big question I think everyone asks, and I don't know that I have the final answer, but the big question is, what is love? And when it comes to Valentine's, we start to think, is love chocolate? Is love giving flowers? Is it having pink and red balloons, or wearing pink and red wherever you go today? Or is it something much bigger? And I can say to all of you boys and girls that is something much bigger. Of course, you can't hear me. I can't hear you. You can hear me. But we're going to play a quick game. And I'm going to start with a statement, or start a statement, and you're going to finish it. Okay? And that's happening in your home, so you can hear, and you can finish it in a way that you're comfortable. So 1, love is when someone blank. Love is when someone blank. You can finish it on your own. I feel loved when. I feel loved when. And I know that you can finish that in so many ways. I feel loved when someone is kind to me. I feel loved when my parents give me a compliment. I feel loved when I get a hug from my family members. I feel loved when my teacher says good job. And there are several components of that aspect of feeling loved, and so you'll finish it the best way you can. And then the third statement, a good friend always, a good friend always, and you will put in your ending there. A good friend is always honest with me. A good friend always tells me the truth. A good friend always is there for me, or mostly there for me, or however you want to finish that statement. But boys and girls, love is not just something we say. It's also something we do. And I hope that that came out when you were able to complete those statements a few moments ago. But we're on a mission today. We're on a mission, and we're going to have what we call the Kindness Power Challenge. The Kindness Power Challenge. So remember, love is about what you do, not as much about or solely about what you say. So before bed tonight, this is a challenge. This is the challenge. Before bed tonight, can you do 5 kind things? Can you do 5 kind things before bed tonight? Here they are. Can you say thank you at least once today? If someone does something for you, or even if not, you can just say thank you to your parents for all they have done for you. So the first step, the first of the 5, say thank you. The second, help someone. Okay? And sometimes you're able to help someone in the most unexpected ways, but help someone. The next one, number 3, give a compliment. You can tell someone, you look lovely today. I like your shoes. Your hair is pretty. I like the type of person you are. You're very kind. Give someone a compliment. Number 5, share something. With all of this candy that you're getting, boys and girls, and you've gotten since yesterday, you can share something. You can also share your toys for those who are playing with their toys. You can share your toys with a sibling or a cousin who comes over today. Share some of your snack. Share something. Share something with someone today. And then the last one, forgive someone. Someone who might not have been kind or who did something mean to you today. Make sure you tell them that you do not appreciate, but also forgive someone. So these are the 5 components of the Kindness Power Challenge. Let me go again. 1, say thank you. 2, help someone. 3, give a compliment. And 4, share something. Finally, 5, forgive someone. Which one do you think is the hardest? I guess for each person, it would be different. For some, it would be hard to share something, especially if it's something you love. For some, it would be hard to forgive, especially if it is someone who made you feel really hurt or really sad. And for some, it might even be difficult to give a compliment. Whatever it is, try to accomplish these 5 things by the end of the day before bedtime. Boys and girls, I think it will be very, very rewarding for you. Because being kind, boys and girls, takes courage. So even though it feels hard, even though it feels a lot, the reality is that being kind takes a lot of courage. But we know that you have all of that within you, that you are courageous enough, that you are strong enough to make it through. And so we give you a round of applause very early for accepting the Kindness Power Challenge and for accomplishing those 5 tasks. All right. And so while we are still in love mode and loving out loud, we are going to go into a story. Parents, make sure your children are listening. We have some questions which follow the story. And so we would love to hear from our boys and girls as it relates to the questions and their feedback from the story. So the story for today is entitled, The Day Love Went Missing. The Day Love Went Missing. It was Valentine's morning at Bright Star School. The sun was shining. The gates were decorated. Students walked in wearing red, pink, and even sparkly hearts. Everyone was so excited. There were balloons tied to classroom doors. There were heart-shaped posters on the walls. There was a big Valentine's box on the teacher's desk for cards and treats. It felt like the happiest day of the term. But when the bell rang, something strange happened. The teacher opened the classroom door and stopped. The balloons were gone. The posters were gone. The Valentine's box was empty. Not a single card. Not one piece of candy. The classroom felt plain. Students gasped. What happened? Did someone take everything? Is Valentine's Day cancelled? Voices grew louder. Someone pointed at the back of the room. Maybe it was him. No, maybe it was her. Soon the excitement turned into whispering, but the whispering turned into blaming. And blaming started to feel heavy. One student, Kai, sat quietly at his desk. He looked around. He noticed something. It wasn't the missing decorations that made the room feel different. It was the way everyone was looking at each other. Suspicious, upset, frustrated. Kai stood up slowly. He didn't shout. He didn't accuse anyone. He simply said, "Maybe Valentine's Day isn't about decorations." The room went quiet. He walked over to the newest student in class, a quiet girl who usually sat alone. He smiled and said, "I like your sneakers. They look really cool." She blinked, surprised, then smiled back. Another student saw that. She walked over to someone who had dropped their books earlier and picked them up. Someone else shared their snack. Another student said, "I'm sorry for blaming you." And something amazing happened. The room started to feel warm again. Not because the balloons came back, not because candy appeared, but because kindness did. By lunchtime, the classroom was full of laughter again. When the teacher returned, she smiled. "Today," she said, "you discovered something important. Valentine's Day isn't something you decorate. It's something you demonstrate." That afternoon, a few students found the decorations stored in the supply closet. They had never been stolen. They had simply been misplaced. But by then, it didn't matter, because the class had already created something better. They created a room filled with real hearts. All right, boys and girls, I think that's an interesting story of the day when love went missing. The day love went missing. And the moral of the story, boys and girls, is simply, sometimes we look for love in balloons, in gifts, and candy. But love lives in actions. Valentine's Day doesn't disappear when the paper hearts do. Love grows when we choose it. Love grows when we choose it. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have some questions for our listeners. And of course, it's a great day to win big on Valentine's Day. We can show some love to you from right here on Youth on the Go, right after the break.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go.
All right, so just before the break, we read the story, The Day Love Went Missing, and we are having our Love Loud edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. It's a beautiful Saturday here, and we are so happy to celebrate our children, to celebrate their bravery, to celebrate their empathy and kindness, and to celebrate their ability to show love for themselves and for others. And so we read the story, The Day Love Went Missing, and in the story we had various students who encountered had a very strange encounter. And in the story, boys and girls, when everything was going a bit crazy and chaotic, Kai did not argue. He did not accuse anyone. He chose kindness. Do you think that it was easy? or it was hard for Kai to choose kindness? The question is, do you think that it was easy or hard for Kai to choose kindness, and why? And of course, we can get various answers for this question, but you can call us at 469-1616, 469-1700. Do you think that it was easy, or do you think it was hard for Kai to choose kindness, and why? Okay, so that's question 1. Do you think it was easy, or do you think it was hard for Kai to choose kindness, and why? Question 2. Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think it was important for Kai to do this? Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think it was important for Kai to do this? That's question 2. And question 3. If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? So we have a few questions on the table for you, and we hope that you're able to help us and to join in the Love Loud edition of Youth on the Go. Question 1, and all of these questions are somehow connected to your real life experience and to the story The Day Love Went Missing. So then the first question, it starts with a statement. Kai did not argue, he didn't accuse anyone, he chose kindness. And so the question is, do you think that it was easy, or do you think it was hard for Kai to choose kindness, and why? Do you think it was easy, or do you think it was hard or difficult for Kai to choose kindness, and why? Question 2. Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think that was important? Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think that was important? That's question number 2. Question 3. If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? Remember, we're answering questions based on the story The Day Love Went Missing. Love is not going to go missing today because, of course, we know that we have currently going on. We've challenged you with the Kindness Power Challenge, where we're encouraging you before bedtime tonight to do 5 kind things. Say thank you, help someone, give a compliment, share something, forgive someone. Okay? Boys and girls, numbers to call 469-1616, 469-1700. And the questions. Question 1. Kai did not argue. He didn't accuse anyone. He chose kindness. Do you think that it was easy, or do you think it was hard for Kai to choose kindness, and why? Question 2. Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think that was important? That's question 2. Question 3. If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? So let us know what you think by calling us at 469-1616, 469-1700. We'll leave those questions open, and we're going to make sure that we understand and that we have our kindness approach, our kindness mindset in place, boys and girls, as we celebrate Love Loud, as we celebrate Valentine's Day, as we look at learning to love ourselves and to love others in a pure, meaningful way. And so while we're waiting for anyone who might have input on the experience of the boys and girls, okay, we have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Which question would you like to try?
Could I answer question 2, please?
Question 2. Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think that that was important?
Because probably the others wouldn't listen to him.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, please?
Okay, so the question is, well, in the story, it stated that Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. So nobody interacted with her, nobody engaged her, nobody talked to her usually, right? So Kai spoke to the new student who usually sat alone. Why do you think that it was important for Kai to speak to her, to have a conversation with her today? As we think of loving others and kindness, why do you think it was important for Kai to speak to the new student who usually sat alone?
Because he was displaying kindness to others.
Okay, great. So he was displaying kindness and he was leading in being kind. You are correct. Malika?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Congratulations. Great job. And yes, Malika is correct. If you're in school and students know when you're a new student, it's so difficult if nobody's talking to you. And so as Kai tried to change the environment, he tried to change how the room was. Everyone was blaming each other. Everybody was pointing fingers. He wanted to bring a positive aspect to the room. He wanted to change the room to make it more positive. And so Kai did something that was important. He showed kindness. All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Zahnela. How are you?
I am great. How are you today?
I am fine. Well, thank you.
Okay. Which question would you like to answer?
Number 2.
Oh, we just got somebody to answer number 2.
Yeah.
Do you want me to try? Do you want to try number 3?
No. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. Well, think about which one you want to try and you can call me back,
Number
okay?
2.
All right. Okay, so we have question 1 available. We have question 3 available. So question 1 is, Kai did not argue. He didn't accuse anyone. He chose kindness. Do you think that it was easy or hard for him to choose kindness, and why? So that's question number 1. Question number 3, if you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? If you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? So those are the 2 questions that we have available. And just a reminder of our kindness challenge for today. We want all of our boys and girls to participate in our kindness challenge. And in the kindness challenge, there are 5 things that we're asking you to do. 1, say thank you. 2, help someone. 3, give a compliment. 4, share something. And 5, forgive someone. So, participate in the kindness challenge. We have question 1 available. We have question 3 available for our boys and girls. So question 1, once again, Kai did not argue. He did not accuse anyone. He chose kindness. Do you think that it was easy or hard for him to do that, and why? And question 3, if you were in that class, what kind action would you have done first? And of course, it's all up to you which action would have been your first kind action. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Okay, which question would you like to try?
Number 1.
Okay, so Kai did not argue. He didn't accuse anyone. He chose kindness. Do you think that it was easy, or do you think it was hard for him to choose kindness, and why?
It was easy because if you're generally a kind person, it will come naturally.
Okay, what's your name?
Tejan David.
Okay, great job, Tejan. And you are correct. And I think that Kai was generally a kind person. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes.
And have a happy Valentine's Day. All right. So we only have question 3 left, but we can continue because I want our boys and girls to really think about kindness today. And before we end, I want you to understand just how important it is that we are kind, and that as we celebrate Valentine's Day, that we focus on the various components of being kind and being brave and of loving ourselves as well. So boys and girls, wherever you are, sit up straight, take a deep breath, and if you can place your hand over your heart, because we're not just celebrating love today, we're choosing it and I would like for you to repeat after me. I promise to choose kindness, even when it's not easy. I will speak with respect and act with care. I will include others and stand up for what is right. I understand that love is not just something I say. It is something I do. And so, boys and girls, I'm sure that you can see that you don't need balloons to make someone smile. You don't need candy to make someone feel special. You just need courage. You just need kindness. You just need heart. And guess what, boys and girls? You already have it. So happy Valentine's Day. Love loud, love brave, love every single day. And that's our challenge to you, that you love hard, that you love brave, that you love every single day. And before the end of the day, I hope that you're able to accomplish those big 5 things that we asked you to try to accomplish by the end of the day. Before you go to bed tonight, you can choose. It's a choice. Love is a choice. Being kind is a choice. So we're asking you to choose to say thank you, to choose to help someone, to choose to share something, and to choose to forgive someone. And so those are the choices that you would make that can have a positive impact on others. Boys and girls, you have the potential. You have what it takes to be a positive and to make a positive impact on others. And so as we close out, as I said before, just remember all of those things. Boys and girls, remember that love is patient, love is kind, love is action, love is brave. And you, boys and girls, yes, you have the power to make someone's day better. So go out there, love loud, love proud, love brave. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will look forward to interacting with you next week.
With all the